So in my hand, I have my doctor's orders, as you saw from my Snapchat. If you don't know what it is, Gerardo Gabriel. I have my doctor's orders for an MRI and physical therapy. So I started physical therapy, did that for a few weeks. My shoulder is not getting better. We are about going into week 8 since I got injured, and it's not getting better. So what's the MRI gonna do? The MRI is gonna help. They have to inject a dye, a contrast dye in my shoulder to be able to really see through the scan if there's any small tears or anything. So in order for that, the real thing was I had to lay on my back, then they had to inject a needle through the rear delt to get into the center joint, and then they put a liquid, something iodine in there, and then that liquid, when they do the MRI, shows, you know, I almost cried. Like the guy, it was the most painful. It almost felt like he put his hand in my shoulder and was turning it, bro. It was really freaking painful. Then the MRI itself was like this weird noise for 15 minutes straight. I felt like they were trying to like MK Ultra me or something, bro. It was the worst thing I ever did. I would never recommend. Oh my god. We'll see. Maybe it was worth it and they find out exactly what happened. But
when you get the results,
they're gonna send them to my doctor. But they did a wonderful job. They let us shoot. Alright guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and head backstage. They're gonna get my boy's ticket here so he can go in. I didn't really want him to go in, but I slept on it, so he's gonna be able to go in. So right now I'm gonna go behind the stage, get my tan, rest. I'll see you. You'll see me on stage in a bit. I'll see you guys.
alright, bro.
From right here in Orlando, Florida, Gerardo Gabriel. The second place check, the second place award to a runner-up. Orlando's own Gerardo Gabriel.
You know, looking back at my injury now, G Nation, I never thought I would say this, but I'm glad it happened. I'm glad younger G went through that. You know, I'm 29 years old now. I was 20, I want to say 27 when it happened. Just turned 27, so literally fresh 27. And I had a lot of growth to do, and it's crazy how sometimes the things that cause the most pain or the most discomfort or the things that you think break you are actually the things that lift you up and make you better. Because of this injury, I've been able to grow so much, and even though at the time, for the whole period of the 2 years, I thought it was the most miserable time of my life, that moment came to an end, and I was able to start working beyond that and repair myself after.
and not only come back better than I was, not only come back like I was, but better than I was. And I wouldn't be better if it wasn't for the injury, because that injury put so much in perspective for me, of my life and everything, you know? And doesn't matter if you're going through an injury, doesn't matter if you're going through financial problems, relationship problems, anything that you feel depressed, defeated, that you feel like tomorrow's no hope, because that's how I felt some days. And even though I could get surgery for my injury, I just felt like things would never be the same. Things are never supposed to stay the same. Remember that. Things are always meant to change. Things are always meant to grow. And if we stayed the same, we would never, there would be no growth. There would be nothing to life. And that's what I learned from this injury. And I want to motivate you and inspire you that you, if you're going through something, my message to you is that I was depressed, I was down, I felt like quitting, and I was able to get through it. Take it one day at a time. The thing about any situation is that it always comes to an end. And if you can make it through that, you can come out better. And that's what I want to get through. You know, 2017 was when I got injured. I started small, you know, but every day since I've been back, I've been dedicated, and that's because now I don't take what I have for granted, because once it's taken from you, it's gone, you know. And you have to use that motivation and keep that flame, and remember, damn, I couldn't do this in the past. I'm back now, and I gotta appreciate it and be grateful. No matter what it is, it could be your family, it could be your relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, it could be the gym like it was for me. So, you know, stay strong, believe in yourself, and just take it one day at a time. Injuries, all these things come and go, and if you can mentally believe it, if you can mentally create it, manifest it, you can become better in the future. And not only have I, like I said, came back, but I came back better, not just physically, but mentally, you know, and that's something I never expected. So now when I look back, I'm glad it happened. And I'm sure one day you're gonna look back at your problems, and as long as you didn't give up, as long as you stayed focused and kept fighting, one day you will look back at your own problems, your own situation, and you will be glad it happened, because it changed you, it made you better. And honestly, that's my message to you today. The worst thing in my life that I thought, you know, happened to me, because I couldn't, you know, I'm sure other people go through worse things, but what was worse for me was not doing what I loved for almost 2 years. And I was at the peak of my career, and it was all taken from me, you know, and I had to stay mentally strong. Like I told you guys in the other video, I was going through depression and all that stuff. In the moment, you would never think that would be a good thing to happen. But in hindsight, as the future continues, as the situation goes further and further, and you build yourself back up, you look back and you're like, man, I'm actually glad that happened. So one day you will look at your situation like that. Don't give up. Believe in yourself. G Nation believes in you. I believe in you. I believe in myself. We can manifest anything in this life. Just honestly, slow down, think about it, think about your situation, and don't let your thoughts overrun your life. You will fall, you will stand back up, and you will be stronger. This is G Nation.